Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
6:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It is the Thursday edition.
I'm done with you. I never want to speak to you again.
Okay, well, oh my gosh, I'm devastated.
This show is troubling.
Okay, I don't know why it would be troubling.
You're not a nice person.
Well, I think I am a nice person. And a good Thursday morning. It's the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie, and we are just cranking along here at warp speed, faster than the speed of sound, Bonnie.
Yeah, we always do that. We just feel like lightning in the morning. You know, and it's not only the coffee or the caffeine that does it. Sometimes it's the band playing, like Fredo and the Shy Guys.
Yeah, they're sounding good, as always.
It gives us that added boost of energy. Feel like I'm missing something here this morning.
What's
Evan.
wrong? Why? Because there's no food on the counter?
No food. We're missing our food.
2 straight days.
Yeah.
2 straight days of food we had.
It makes us feel kind of naked without it because, you know, we should have some fresh donuts sitting here.
Oh, no. I'm after 2 days of indulging in your food, I'm like, okay, back on the diet for me. Yeah.
Me too, actually.
Yeah.
Admittedly, yes. It's time.
Definitely, for sure. Hey, if you want to give us a call this morning and you're up this early at this godforsaken time, like Bonnie and I are, we welcome your phone call, 772-220-9788. That's 220-WSTU if you have not figured out the phone number as of yet. And you know what I want to do? I want to call the other station. We haven't done that this year yet.
Yeah, we'll wish them a happy new year and see how it was getting back for
Get a dial tone here.
Ray and G. I'm sure the week is going by super fast for them. It usually does when I come back from vacation. That first week back just flies entirely.
Okay, here we go. Bring them up here. Yeah, we haven't had a conversation with them this year.
No.
So I figured let's give them boys a call.
It would be nice to say hi.
Yeah,
You're right.
That's if they ever answer the phone. See, that's the issue with them.
Yeah.
They just don't answer the phone. See, it's just ringing and ringing and ringing. And they just don't. I honestly,
Good morning.
Oh, yeah. Good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Good morning to you guys.
We just want to say Happy New Year.
Yeah, we want to say Happy New Year to you.
Oh, well, Happy New Year.
It's our first official phone call of the year to you guys.
Well, you know, and I'm getting ready to get on the air. I want to put you on hold for a minute.
All right, go ahead. Oh.
1590 WCSL, the morning show, 610 up in Adam. Madam, my partner in crime is somewhere in the production room doing something. I don't know what the hell are you doing back there? Look out, look out. He teared up the building, folks. Now, our whole set just fell down because...
Oh, my God.
Ray is lost in the mix here.
They've lost it.
No, I had something that didn't transfer.
Ray is verklempt this morning.
Bonnie and Evan are online on the hotline. Hey, Bonnie and Evan, good morning. Thank you for calling.
Hey, good morning. And Ray is a little verklempt this morning, huh?
Yeah, he is. He's lost in the mix.
Wow. You know, you said something earlier. You said up and Adam went madam, and that's a old cliche from Y100.
You don't have to remind me. That's who I stole it from.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Borrowed.
Yeah,
no, I stole it.
We figured we'd give you guys a call for the first phone call this year to our sister station.
Yeah, that's right. We are the sister station.
You know what? I steal things from people in the business, too. Hey, G and Ray, have you heard me say of chili bones kind of weather before? Chili bones?
I haven't, but that's a new thing that you coined. You coined that phrase?
No, I stole it from a meteorologist up in northern Wisconsin.
Yeah, we take from people. I mean, if it sounds good to us, we take it and we use it on our show.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ray borrows, I steal.
We don't have to pay no stinking royalties.
That's right. Ray's trying to be politically correct here.
That's right.
I mean, Ray changes his draws every day. So, hey, there you go.
Wow, that's amazing. He started doing that this year. Is that his new resolution?
I've been doing it forever, and she's just jealous that I do it every day, and you must be too.
Well, I change mine. I change mine every fifth Sunday of the month.
And I'm thankful.
Right, and And, we take that bath on Saturday.
Yeah.
And, how do you think they came up with the baby out with the bath water?
Well, there you go.
Saturday's that shower, man.
Oh, no, Sundays are showers. Fifth Sunday of the
by
month.
the way, thank you for sitting in with us for 2 weeks. I mean, I know it wasn't hard to do. All you did was did your regular show, but thank you anyway.
And I hope you guys enjoyed your vacation. I hope it went by well for you.
Yeah, rumor has it that you went to Tahiti, G, and Ray went over to the Bahamas.
Well, I went to Naples. I don't know where Ray went. Where'd you go, Ray? I went to Port St. Lucie. Well, mine was a staycation too. It was a staycation, but I went out to Naples for a couple of days. Naples at Christmas time downtown. My goodness!
Wow!
Oh, it was really nice. I felt like I was in Rockefeller Center or something.
No kidding. Did they have ice skating?
They didn't have ice skating, but people everywhere and the lights, and it was just just a great atmosphere.
What were there masks? Were there masks everywhere?
There was.
That's a pretty town, though, isn't it? You know, like it's there's a lot of wealth there too. Could you just smell the money when you were over there, G?
Yeah, I did. In fact, I brought some of that smell back with me. Smell it, Evan.
All right, let me smell.
Smell it, yeah.
Oh man, the fresh smell of $100 bill.
It's a scratch and sniff.
Scratch and sniff.
Hey, you know where you guys got to go sometime when you take a vacation? Go to that Mount Dora flea market that I went to back in October. It sits high up there on a hill in Mount Dora, and it is like a really huge market. It's very, very cool.
Oh, I haven't been to a flea market in some time. Evan, I know you've been to the the Fort Lauderdale's famous swap shop.
Oh man, right on Sunrise Boulevard and 31st Avenue.
I've been down there. That's a good one too.
But Evan, have you ever been there to the drive-in to watch a movie?
Well, a long time ago, back in my 20s, I did go to the drive-through, and that's when they were actually showing the I won't say what kind of flicks, but they were showing the good kind of flicks.
Yeah, they had those too.
Yeah.
That was in your Pete and Lenny days, right?
Oh my gosh, Christopher's Pickles Night Spot.
The button, baby. Let's go to the button.
Right.
The wet t-shirt.
How about shooters and bootleggers?
I think the candy store featured the wet t-shirt.
Yes, and I actually used to MC those.
Wow.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
You dirty dog.
I know. What can I say?
I never do anything.
And then who can't forget JW's East and West?
Oh, yeah. Had good times down there, man. Boy, Lauderdale, those were the days, man. Lauderdale was really cool in those days.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's pretty cool now, but it's just grown so much. You can't even park on the beach anymore. Remember when you could park right along the street?
Yeah. Yep. It's all and it's one way now going, I do believe north. It's one way going north now.
Evan, I one summer, what was it? I guess spring break. Spring break in Fort Lauderdale, when I was very young, I was behind a bunch of spring breakers that decided they wanted to do a prank, and it was a guy in front of me in a little MG midget.
Oh,
remember
man.
those cars?
Yes. Little two-door convertible.
Dude, these spring breakers got out. They were walking down the sidewalk. They went over to the MG midget, 4 dudes, lifted this guy's car up and put it on the sidewalk and left him there.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that done before, actually.
I'm like, you got to be right in front of me. I'm the car right behind them. I'm like, these guys are out of their mind.
Oh, yeah. Anything is possible during spring break.
I think that's probably why Lauderdale doesn't do spring break.
I know.
They still do it down there? I don't even think they allow it.
Nah, not really. But here's another one, another throwback for you that is still there. The world famous Elbow Room.
Oh, heck yeah. That's still there?
Yes. Really? It's nice.
Yeah, right. That's right on the corner of Las Olas and
Las Olas and A1A.
Yeah.
And across the street from that used to be the Button in the where the Holiday Inn used to be, but that's not there no more.
I used to love to go to the Button. I mean, it was just fun going down to Lauderdale Beach.
Yeah.
Really cool.
At least you guys got the real live experience with Lauderdale. All I was able to do was sit at home in the 80s and watch like Revenge of the Nerds. And it was filmed there. So that was my Lauderdale experience.
Well, in the 80s, Bonnie, you were in beautiful Wisconsin, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What city?
Hurley,
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there was some excitement there, I'm sure.
How about Penrod's on the beach?
I worked for the Penrods at McDonald's. The Penrods owned a McDonald's on Federal Highway. And I worked for one of the younger ones. He was really cool, too, before they had even opened up the clubs. So there were 3 brothers. And boy, did they have money. And that Penrod's was a nice club.
Hey, do you remember on Sunrise Boulevard where you came east on Sunrise and then it started curving north? And right there was a Neba roast beef restaurant right there.
No, I don't remember that, Evan.
Yes, right. It was just south of Gary Frunrath Chevrolet.
But I'll tell you what, the last time I was in Lauderdale, and it was probably like 6-7 months ago, I did stop at a Krispy Kreme, but more importantly, on Oakland Park Boulevard, I went to Hot Dog.
Oh,
wow. Dude,
Oakland
Evan, have you ever
Park?
been to Hot Dog Heaven?
Yes, I have on Oakland Park, definitely.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They actually have a Chicago hot dog.
Oh, my
really?
gosh.
Okay,
Wow.
Now, speaking of Oakland Park Boulevard, how about Oakland Park Boulevard and US 1,
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
the Rooftop Lounge?
The rooftop. And then that didn't spin, though, did it?
No, that was
It
Pier
didn't rotate.
66
That was,
on 17th
Pier
Street.
66.
Yes. And of course, just north of the Rooftop Lounge was Art Stock's Pigpen, or otherwise known as the Playpen.
Playpen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like
Well,
a very
you
dirty
guys
place.
Are all avoiding the big event that's happening, kicking off Friday in Stewart.
What's that?
Oh, the
That's
boat
the
show.
The boat show?
47th annual Stewart Boat Show.
Yeah.
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 So a lot of people are already complaining about
But guys, we're going to have a restaurant opening right here, right when we step outside. We're going to be getting.
They dropped a whole building yesterday in the parking lot across the street
It's
from us.
going to turn into
Yeah,
a
I
little
saw
restaurant, and we get to step
Parking
right
lot.
out and enjoy root beer floats in the morning
Yeah.
and Philly cheesesteaks. We heard, and
Stop it, Bonnie.
even
Yes.
even the lobster rolls. I guess they're going to be serving.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that they dug that hole in the parking lot there.
Right.
There on Tuesday.
There's
So,
a
like, what's going
historical
in there?
there's a historical building
Wow.
that they had moved from downtown, and they moved it yesterday at like 3:34 in the morning. They dropped it in the hole. They're gonna solidify all the foundation, and it's gonna open up into a walk-up takeout restaurant.
Oh,
That's very
Boy,
cool.
we're going to be
man.
so spoiled here.
But
Yeah.
see, you guys are in downtown Stewart. Your
Right.
studios are right there. You're right at US.
Oh, yeah.
One. You see, we're back here, back in the cut here.
Right.
But you're
Yeah.
not very far from Dixie Cream, and that's a plus.
Well, that is a plus.
Speaking of donuts, Bonnie brought in Dixie Cream
Dixie
yesterday.
Cream yesterday from the Port St. Lucie location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so good, but they're so sweet.
Oh,
They're
but you know what
good.
the best part
Oh.
about it is, though? You have to put them in the microwave for like 13 seconds.
Yeah.
13 seconds, and then you eat your donut.
Get
It's
all
decadence.
warm and
Not
toasty.
14 seconds.
No,
Not
not 12, not
12.
14, but 13 seconds.
13, G.
But see, I'm always lucky enough because Dixie Cream it opens at 5:30, and I'm always
Yeah.
lucky enough to come right through there when they open, and mine are already
Mm.
hot, warm, right out of there.
That's
Whatever.
right.
You guys are both lucky. I mean, I get here at 4:30 and they're not open yet.
Oh,
Well,
right there. Yeah.
Too bad, so
Yeah.
sad, as they say.
Order at Uber, Ray, or
Yeah.
Uber Eats.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Uber
right.
Eats.
But Evan, thank you for going back in the past with me on that whole Fort Lauderdale deal.
Oh,
man.
man, I could just go and go and
start
go.
today.
Yeah, definitely. Have a great day, guys.
You do too, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Evan and them.
All right, that's G and Ray.
They are just full of sunshine.
Yeah, that was a great conversation.
Yeah.
Kind of walk down memory lane
Memories.
for throwback. Now it's news time. Let's go to the news desk. Bonnie is standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. The House of Representatives voted to impeach President Donald Trump for the second time, marking the fourth impeachment of a U.S. president in history. Trump also became the first president to be impeached by the House twice. Congress admonished his role in last week's riot at the U.S. Capitol that killed 5 people. 10 Republican representatives, including Liz Cheney of the GOP caucus's third-ranking members, were among those who joined the Democratic majority in voting in favor of impeachment. Now, the final vote was 232 in favor compared to 197 opposed. What happens next in the impeachment process is unclear. Trump, whose term comes to an end on January 20, will likely remain in power until the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell stated Wednesday that he will not call the Senate back to Washington this week and is still weighing his options when the Senate returns next week. The Senate could consider Trump's impeachment after he leaves office. The Senate could vote to ban him from holding federal office ever again, which would preclude him from running for president in 2024. The House of Representatives considered one article of impeachment against Trump, inciting an insurrection. Mount Virginia Police Department were arrested on Wednesday in connection with last week's riot at the U.S. Capitol during the counting of the Electoral College vote. Jacob Fracker and Thomas Robertson were charged by federal officials with one count of knowingly entering or remaining in any restricted building or grounds without lawful authority, and one count of violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds. The officers were off duty at the time. 5 people died during a Capitol police officer who was injured in the melee with Trump supporters. The riots prompted the lawmakers to take cover for several hours, interrupting the formalization of President-elect Joe Biden's victory in November's presidential election. The Department of Justice alleges that Fracker and Robinson were photographed in the Capitol building making an obscene gesture in front of the John Stark statue. The DOJ said that Fracker and Robertson posted on social media about the riot. Both officers have been placed on administrative leave. Officials in Martin County are searching for a missing Palm City man who went kayaking early Wednesday morning and has not returned. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the story.
The main FWC officers say they're looking for is 71-year-old Stephen Crouch of Palm City. He was last seen at the Treasure Coast Rowing Club near Layton Park. Martin County deputies say at around 6:45 in the morning, Crouch launched a kayak into the South Fork River. He was due back in approximately 2 hours, but never returned. Deputies say they located the kayak about a mile from Hosford Park, south of the rowing club, and that Crouch was not found. FWC officers are asking anyone who lives along the South Fork River who may have video surveillance of Crouch to please share it with them. We have their contact information over on our website, WPTV.com. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
A woman shot by a Martin County deputy Tuesday is still in critical but stable condition. WPTV's Megan McRoberts has more.
This office says the shooting yesterday would have been their 9th bakery. They say with a growing call load they're experiencing from people needing critical mental help. A Martin County deputy forced to open fire, according to Sheriff William Snyder, when a woman lunged at the deputy with a knife. Snyder said she had struggled with her mental health for years and before the scene already used that knife to try to take her own life.
It seems like in the last year or so, it's really going up much higher.
Snyder says more and more deputies are encountering people with mental health struggles, now answering 2 to 4 Baker Act calls each day, up from just 1 a couple of years ago.
So that means 2 to 4 times every 24 hours, somebody is having a mental health episode so severe that they are deemed a threat to themselves or others.
He attributed the COVID-19 pandemic.
The rates of depression and anxiety.
Licensed psychotherapist Kim Bortot says her services are also needed more urgently now than in previous years.
More and more patients are calling me needing therapy services right now.
And at times suicidal.
When I dig deeper, I'm finding that there's domestic issues, there's loss of job, there's major directly impacting their mental health.
That's why Snyder enhance their resources for responding to mental health related calls. He wants to have mental health professionals respond to emergency calls that someone may need the help.
We're doing the next best follow-up these cases where it's assigned for follow-up to one of our mental health.
Sheriff's Office says it also sees some of the mental health crisis reflected in their drug overdose death numbers. The number of deaths from 2020 nearly doubling from 2019. In Martin McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, the Stewart Boat Show, as Ray mentioned, does start tomorrow and runs through Sunday. The largest boat show on Florida's Treasure Coast, with over 175 local, national, and international exhibitors displaying hundreds of boats. And if you want to find out more, go to stewartboatshow.com. The Houston Rockets traded James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets on Wednesday as part of a 4-team trade that will also send Victor Oladipo to Houston. The Rockets will receive Oladipo, Dante Exum, Rodions Kurucs, 3 unprotected Brooklyn Nets first-round picks, 4 unprotected Nets pick swaps, and a 2022 Milwaukee Bucks first-round pick. The Cavaliers acquire Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince, while the Indiana Pacers add Karis LeVert and a 2023 second-round selection from Houston. News time 6:27, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:28 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We're not finding any traffic accidents here on our Treasure Coast. On north and southbound, everything looking good on our major highways. So if you're heading out, you should be in the clear. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's a cloudy sky, 55 here in Stewart, and in Petersburg, Canada, 32 and cloudy. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the mid-50s, some isolated showers possible for the morning drive, and clearing conditions by lunch. Highs today in the upper 60s with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, a cold night on tap, temperatures in the low 50s, partly cloudy skies into the night. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, partly sunny skies, and a few showers as a front moves across the area. Saturday morning starting off the day in the low 50s, highs in the mid-60s, lots of sunshine and breezy winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
She got her tickets to a football game. She won't wear a mask on the airplane. Always has to roam, never stays at home. My baby is a super spreader. She don't believe in social distancing. She won't get in line to take a vaccine. Always has to roam, never stays at home. My baby is a super spreader.
6:32 right now, the Get Up and Go show. That tune was originally done by the Box Tops. It was called The Letter, and then it was a parody redone as Super Spreader. Good job on that one, I must say.
Great job.
Definitely. Let's do some viral videos. Well, Bonnie, I only have one viral video this morning, and it's a video that's gone viral of a mom standing over her son's shoulder as he sits at the computer waiting to see if he passed the California bar exam.
If I were that mom, I would be standing over his shoulder too.
Yeah,
just
now you know the
waiting to
news
see.
is real good when his mom screams with delight and praises God.
Oh, it has to be.
So let's listen. Mom is standing there. Looks more like his sister.
I was thinking that too when I saw this.
Yeah, she looks really young.
They look like brother and sister more.
Yeah.
Like she'd be the older sister, of course, but
I mean,
young looking, right?
yeah, very. I mean, she does not look a day over 30.
Uh-uh.
Just sitting there waiting, sitting behind his MacBook. There it is.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Father God, in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Bless your mighty name.
Yeah.
He's got his head down.
Yeah.
And his hand is over his face. Now, I can't tell if he's crying or if he's telling his mom, please, Mom, shut the heck up.
Maybe
And it's like his hand's over his face of like embarrassment, like, Mama.
Maybe it's a little bit of both.
I don't know, but man, that's just she's just a happy mama.
Oh, yeah. Something like that. You're going to be carrying a lot of emotion, especially if it's your son.
Yeah, definitely so. But man, that's just a little, in my opinion, I just think that's a little over the top. But that's besides the point. That's just my opinion. And I'm entitled to my opinion. But anyway, it's time for our impossible question, Bonnie. So let me hit the impossible question.
Let me see if I have an answer for it today.
Okay, so here's the impossible question. Home, you're welcome to call in as well. 35% of people who forego a pay raise in exchange for this. What is it? 35% of people who forego a pay raise in exchange for this. What is it?
And better health insurance from the company, maybe.
All right, that's your
my
guess. Okay,
yeah.
that's a good guess. I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong because I don't want to give away a guess.
We don't want to give it away.
No. 220-9788. 220-WSTU is the number to call. 35% of people who forego a pay raise in exchange for this. What exactly do you think it is?
What could possibly be better than a pay raise?
Yeah, what could possibly be better than a pay raise?
Seem more enticing.
I don't know. I think it's hilarious what the answer is.
Really?
Yes. When I saw the answer, I was like, wow, this is very cool.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it
It's
now.
a good one. We'll give you the answer at the end of the program, so make sure and stay tuned in. That's called a cliffhanger. This way we try to keep people listening.
Yeah, we keep you on edge.
Yeah. Bonnie, did you know that women say that flowers and jeans are the top two things they like to splurge on the most?
Mm-hmm.
Flowers and jeans.
I can believe it. Yeah.
What are two things that you like to splurge on?
That I like to splurge on? I like to splurge on clothes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you like to buy nice clothes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right. Very good. Good morning. You're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
It's Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. How you doing, buddy?
Forego the pay raise if you want to keep your job.
Forego the pay raise if you want to keep your job.
Jeff wants to fish for a lifetime.
So is that your answer?
I just went through that.
All right. So
oh my God.
What's your answer to that question, Jeff?
I would say keep your job.
Keep your job? Well,
that's probably not right.
No, that's not right. That's not right.
But
hey,
I just went through that, so I'm just trying to figure. Hey, that would be awful.
All right. How's the grass on the golf course doing?
It's doing good. I got to wait for some sunlight this morning. I'm going to try to work on your little video.
You got my phone? You got my phone number, right?
Yeah, I got everything ready to go.
Okay.
I got to choreograph this, so when you say, I'm talking to a pro in this industry. I don't want to mess around.
Oh no, you're good. It's all good. I won't throw you under the bus. I promise. I promise you, I will not throw you under the bus.
I want to make you laugh, though.
Okay.
I want to make you laugh.
Oh, I got a funny feeling this is going to take some, Yeah, you're really going to send me a Mac Daddy video. Okay. Okay.
Now, what kind of video is this going to be?
I don't. It's supposedly of the grass crying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after it gets cut.
Oh, you know what? People, do you know of those little cicada bugs?
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard that? Grass is freshly cut. You can just hear the little bugs singing. Have you heard that sound before?
No, it's too cold outside for them now.
They got a choir.
Yeah, it is like a choir. It's just like a nice fresh sound on a beautiful morning. Hearing,
Are you
I
serious?
think we called them cicadas.
Where does Bonnie live? In the woods?
I don't know, man.
I'm kind of a
telling you
woodsy.
what, she comes up with some strange ones out there. I'll tell you. That's
Her
all right. No, we love her to death.
I
but
do.
That's beside the point.
That's what makes her very, very unique.
As much as I want progress to go up, I get a little bit depressed, like when I'm out running and I see all these woods being cut down for new houses. You know, I like
Yeah.
progress, but I like me some woods too. Got to breathe that morning oxygen in the air
Yes.
from the trees.
Definitely.
You
So.
got to
Yeah.
keep the trees up, guys. You know, what's that song that was about cutting all down the trees? Joni Mitchell wrote it. Come on. Yellow
Oh
Taxi.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, yellow taxi.
Yeah.
Yes.
yep. That
Yeah, that.
cut big
But I think the
parking
county
lot.
closed did a better version of it. But that's because I'm a rocker.
Of course, we're happy, Jeff, that we're making progress here. We get a restaurant next door to
Yeah,
us.
we got a restaurant opening up like right in the parking lot. Like you walk out our door
Yeah.
and they just dropped a building, a complete building. It's a historical building that they
Right
moved.
next to Bubba's.
Well, no, it's literally, you'll see it in the parking lot. It's literally a huge building, and it's the
Oh my
old.
God.
There's a sign in the window of this old building that said something about burgers.
Oh,
And it's right in that area, right before you walk down to the Lyric. The Lyric is just like a block down
Yeah,
from
block
us.
or two away, but I mean, it's literally it's in the parking lot where you're supposed to park for our building.
That's what I say. Where are you gonna? It's hard enough to park there now. Where are you gonna park?
Well,
You know, it's like
Yeah, maybe we better watch what we say. Maybe
it's
we'll
a-
have to start paying for parking.
it's a huge historical building that the city of Stewart just moved along with Mark Breckbill and his associates, and they put it right in the parking lot, and it's going to be a walk-up restaurant.
Oh,
oh,
Yeah. And it's
Well,
gonna have burgers. I got to convince Mark into opening that bad boy for breakfast.
Yeah, he mentioned lobster rolls yesterday.
Yeah, lobster rolls.
Can you imagine?
Oh my.
And
Yeah.
root
that's, you
beer.
know,
Oh,
if they do them right, they're excellent. But if they try to cut a corner,
I don't think they're going to be cutting any corners. Jim.
he's
no.
pretty sharp.
Yeah,
and the good
he's a
thing,
very sharp guy.
it's going to be on our corner.
Yeah, it's going
so-
to be on our corner.
That's
That's right. Don't
Maybe
be
they'll
cutting our
name it.
corner.
Maybe they'll name it the Corner Cafe. There you
Jesus,
go.
Bro, where'd all the lights go? It's so pitch black out here. You can't even find out where to turn.
Where are you at right now?
I'm in the woods too. With Piper's Landing, not in the normal.
Oh, you
society.
and Bonnie have
You gotta
something in
go way
common.
out,
Okay,
Map
all right.
Road.
You're both in the woods.
Doesn't it feel good to be there though this early in the morning? Just take a nice
Depends upon what morning it is. Hey, day. Oh, it feels real good to be here.
take a nice deep breath of that good fresh Florida air, Jeff. Just breathe
There
it.
you go.
Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Yeah.
Well, you guys have a wonderful day. It was a pleasure talking to you again.
It's always
You
our
always.
pleasure, and we have open phone lines. You're always welcome to call.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you so much.
Take care. Bye now. All right. Again, we're going to continue on with our Did You Know segment. Did you know that a survey says that 1 in 10 adults have damaged a smartphone while watching or playing in a sporting event?
Oh, really?
Yes, either
Yeah, I could
watching
imagine.
or playing. And I can see that happening when you get overzealous at a football
Mhm.
game and you drop your phone over the ledge and you're Rock Stadium and it
Oh,
just
yeah.
falls all the way down.
Or if you're basketball hoop side, just smashing that phone on the floor when your team
Yep.
doesn't score.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Did you also know that over 4,400 seniors, those over 65, visit the emergency room every year due to an accident involving, you ready for this?
Falling.
Walking their dog.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Walking their dog. Over 4,400 seniors over the age of 65 go to the emergency room for an accident involving walking their dog.
Then we have that gentleman that lives to the north of us. He's a senior citizen too, but he jumped in a canal to save his dog.
Right, exactly.
From that alligator.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a huge stat. 47% of people have drank from a milk carton in the kitchen. Did you know that? I do that.
Drinking right from the carton?
I do that. I drink right from the carton.
What about, seriously, what if somebody else wants a drink of that milk?
Well, go buy your own gallon.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I would never do that, Evan. And
I mean, it's just me and Rachel in the house and Gavin.
I find that offensive. I get repulsed by that.
Well, if somebody wants a gallon of milk, or not a gallon, but I mean, if somebody comes over, we have a guest or something.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, we won't do it if we know we're having company over. But if it's just us in the house, we'll just drink from the gallon. Rachel does it. I do it.
Yeah,
I drink from the gallon of orange juice jug.
No, I pour that thing into a glass.
I'm too lazy to get out of glass because then I got to wash the damn glass.
I had been at a girlfriend's house when she did that. She took that gallon jug of milk right out of the fridge and started guzzling.
Yeah.
I would never drink milk at her house again. I find it repulsive.
It just changes the way you look at her now going forward, doesn't it?
No, she's a great lady to this day.
All
It's
right.
just the milk thing did me wrong.
Okay. Did you know that you've probably already used a password today and you'll most likely use at least 5 more by the end of the week? Have you used a password to get into anything this morning, Bonnie?
Gosh, I think we had to do it last night, which I want to throw out a question. Was there anything wrong with anybody's AT&T last night?
And here we go.
Yeah.
AT&T had a massive outage yesterday, so much that I got a call from here at the studios that Frank could not connect up to Fort Pierce.
All right.
And I got a hold of Carol, and Carol got a hold of our engineer, and there was a massive outage. It was like out for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
nothing was working.
There was some cussing, and we
Yeah.
trying to get a hold of AT&T last night. We thought it was something we did to our internet. Both of our little lights on our little power module, one was red and one was green.
Yep.
Where usually we have 2 green.
Yeah, we have Comcast, so we didn't lose anything.
Okay.
So hint, you might want to switch.
And there were words going on that we wanted to make the switch again, but we don't know what we're going to do yet.
There you go.
But it was on the side of AT&T, I guess. So if anybody thought they did wrong,
no,
it was on
there. It
theirs.
was a massive outage.
So wait a minute. Now, when Gary fixed it,
Gary didn't fix anything.
he was going to bed saying, "Oh, it took me a while, but I fixed."
What, Bonnie? Not true. Heck squat. He's just trying to get brownie points with you.
He was proud of that.
Yeah, well, he didn't fix jack squat. Sorry. AT&T flipped the switch and they fixed it.
And I was like, Gary, I'm so proud of you for being so patient.
Yeah, now you
and
can go
fixing
home
it.
and whack him over the head with a pillow and said, "You lied to me." It was a massive outage.
Yeah.
There you go. Did you know that a study says having a plant in the office can improve work productivity by 15%?
Yeah.
15%.
I agree. Plants providing oxygen
Yep,
for that air.
And lastly, did you know that another study found that almost 2/3 of women between the ages of 22 to 35 have admitted to taking a naked selfie?
Oh.
A naked selfie.
22 to 35.
Yes,
huh?
22 to 35.
Wow.
So I won't ask you if you've ever taken a naked selfie because I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, don't put me on the spot.
I don't want to put
right
you on
there.
the spot. I do draw the line at certain things that I will not ask.
And here I thought you were going to say 22 to 35, they've taken toilet paper from their workplace.
No, but Bonnie, you don't even fit in the category because you're under 22, so I
Sure.
can't even ask you that.
Oh,
so that just
boy.
doesn't even work.
If you could go back to any age, Evan, what age would you choose if you could just go back in time?
I would have to say I want to go back to my mid-20s because that's when back in the day, G and I ran the Fort Lauderdale circuit as club DJs, him and I both.
Good memories.
Yeah, great memories. 6:46 right now. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by this morning with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Tempers flared on the floor of the House of Representatives as Panhandle Congressman Matt Gaetz spoke against efforts to impeach President Trump a second time.
The left in America has incited far more political violence than the right. For months, Our cities burned, police stations burned, our businesses were shattered, and they said nothing.
Impeachment, an itch that doesn't go away with just one scratch. But the House did impeach Trump with yes votes from all Democrats and 10 Republicans. Officials in Martin County are searching for a missing Palm City man who went kayaking early Wednesday morning and has not returned. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the story.
The main FWC officers say they're looking for is 71-year-old Stephen Crouch of Palm City. He was last seen at the Treasure Coast Rowing Club near Layton Park. Martin County deputies say at around 6:45 in the morning, Crouch launched a kayak into the South Fork River. He was due back in approximately 2 hours, but never returned. Deputies say they located the kayak about a mile from Hosford Park, south of the rowing club, and that Crouch was not found. FWC officers are asking anyone who lives along the South Fork River who may have video surveillance of Crouch to please share it with them. We have their contact information over on our website, WPTV.com. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
House leaders in Tallahassee are telling members to brace for budget cuts as the cut down to the legislative session begins. Rory O'Neill reports.
The pandemic is hitting Florida tax revenues hard, and there's no guarantee Uncle Sam will rush in with a bailout. Appropriations Chairman Jay Trumbull told lawmakers this week the budget gap could approach $3 billion, a big number, but down from the $5.4 billion economists predicted last summer. Another issue is Medicaid. Enrollment swelled as people lost their jobs. That could cost the state an extra $1.2 billion. The state cannot run a deficit, so the books must be balanced by spring. I'm Rory O'Neill.
In Port St. Lucie, the city council on Monday took initial steps toward creating a policy that would encourage residents to get their pets from shelters and rescue organizations rather than retail pet stores. But the proposal doesn't go far enough, animal advocates say. The policy is aimed at keeping out pet mills, places that have a history of selling animals with undiagnosed or untreated health conditions, sometimes even infectious diseases. We've been fortunate and haven't had too many puppy boutiques pop up here, said Mayor Greg Orevic, and when they do, they typically don't end up making it. The change would restrict dogs, cats, and rabbits sold at pet shops to strays, unwanted pets, and those that come from an animal shelter or animal rescue organization. Earlier this month, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, in a letter to the city, voiced concerns about breeders not being excluded from the proposed policy. In response, the city added a section in the proposed policy that would prohibit pet stores from selling animals from breeders. To further address ASPCA's concerns, City Council members asked staff to reach out to local PetSmart and pet supermarket stores to determine how a new law would affect their businesses and if the pet stores would be willing to work with local animal shelters and rescue groups. Lastly, look who turns 99 on Sunday. Why, it's Betty White. And she credits a sense of humor and trying to look on the bright side. Quote, "It takes up too much energy being negative." Betty also said she's blessed with good health, adding that a sense of humor keeps her going. Quote, "Don't take yourself too seriously. You can lie to others. Not that I would, but you cannot lie to yourself." Well, the Heat play again tonight in Philadelphia. The Sixers beat Miami in overtime Tuesday, with each team having only the minimum 8 players available because of coronavirus issues. Last night's Orlando Magic game at Boston was postponed because the Celtics could not put 8 players on the court. No word whether they'll play tomorrow night as scheduled. News time 6:51. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:52 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
And Evan, all is quiet on a Thursday morning. We're looking at US 1, north and southbound, looking good over that Roosevelt Bridge, here in Stewart. These are clear this morning. And there's your latest look at traffic. And it's 53 in Port St. Lucie. In Culaba, Brazil, a partly cloudy, warm 77. Here's our weather at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the mid-50s, some isolated showers possible for the morning drive, then clearing conditions by lunch. Highs today in the upper 60s with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, a cold night on tap, temperatures in the low 50s, partly cloudy skies into the night. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, partly sunny skies, and a few showers tomorrow night as a front moves across the area. Saturday morning starting off the day in the low 50s, highs in the mid-60s, lots of sunshine and breezy winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Hey ladies, been wondering how to spend your shutdown time? Grow out your bangs. Then come to Super Bangs. Super Bangs specializes in only cutting people's bangs. Short bangs, long bangs, short bangs on a background layer of long bangs. Bang, bang, bang. Don't have bangs? Get clip-on bangs. Look at that. You got bangs. And guys, we haven't forgotten about you. Come in and get the mo. Or the Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber look. Endorsed by the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hey, cuz we'll give it to you straight, right across your forehead. At Super Bangs. Bangs? Bangs!
Super Bangs is not a full-service salon. Bangs only. Not to be confused with Fantastic Bangs, the hair cutters or the swingers club.
Super Bangs is what they call it.
I love it.
Wow. Bonnie, have you ever gotten your hair cut and they've cut your bangs too short? Has that ever happened to you before?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're a bang kind of girl.
Right before I went in for my interview right here with Carol and Greg, Gary had cut my bangs for me.
No! Oh, no. Wrong thing to do.
It was horrible. I mean, he just kind of...
What were you thinking letting that man cut your bangs?
I trusted it because he cut my bangs before, Evan, which turned out pretty straight. He did a good job, but the second time he did it wasn't good. And people were actually kind of laughing at me. You know, I looked a little dorky. And then I had to sit there at the conference table looking into the eyes of Greg and Carol. And I knew they were... trying not to say anything about the elephant in my room, which was my short bangs.
They must have been laughing their arses off inside and not wanting to say anything.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Oh, man. Gary, if you're listening, please do not touch Bonnie's hair anymore. I'll cut her bangs, okay? Guarantee you, I'll make sure they're right.
I go to my good friend Gerda usually.
Okay.
And I like to go to Great Clips too.
There you go. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. Here's Fredo and the Shy Guys and the Get Up and Go Show Band.
Coming to you live from Stewart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime. 72220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
7:07 on the Get Up and Go Show, hour number 2, Thursday edition.
Here's another fun way to kill time.
A fun way to kill time? I don't know. I don't know if you call that fun, but I mean, we don't like to kill time, so to speak.
Hey, stupid!
I'm not stupid.
I'll smack you.
No, you're not going to smack me. I don't even let my dog smack me, for that matter.
Not with its wagging tail?
No, definitely not.
That's got to smack you once in a while.
No, definitely not.
Friendly doggy smack.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the award-winning Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on a Thursday morning. If you're on the way to work, be careful. If you're not on the way to work, well, eat a bowl of Cheerios, sit back, relax, take a chill pill and be still and enjoy 3 hours of continuous, non-boring radio entertainment at its best, Bonnie.
That's right.
That's right.
Have a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, have a Pop-Tart. Have something. Have anything. You know? Doesn't matter.
That's something we haven't brought here in the morning, are Pop-Tarts.
I don't eat Pop-Tarts. I used to eat Pop-Tarts.
It'd be so easy to make them. Somebody should bring a toaster in.
My wife likes Pop-Tarts.
I like them too, and I don't even
you?
have to toast them.
No?
Yeah, I would eat like a cold Pop-Tart.
I've eaten that before. Now, here's something. Actually, I used to bring Pop-Tarts in the morning here. But what's really cool is if you take a Pop-Tart and you put it in the microwave for like 15 seconds.
Yes.
Not 16, not 14, but 15 seconds, they're really good.
You know
Especially cookies and cream.
I remember back when a kid, you know what I used to do with them, Evan?
What?
Wow, was I daring. And, back when I wasn't watching my body weight and my body fat, I would take a Cool Whip or La Creme. My mom would buy La Creme from the carton.
Okay.
And I would dip some of that on my hot Pop-Tart in the morning.
okay.
I'd have cream on it.
Okay,
of
very
all
good.
things.
We have a phone call this morning. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Good morning. Who's this?
Your wife.
Good morning, wife.
And Pop-Tarts are better in the toaster.
Well, that's that's a matter of opinion.
Rachel, do you ever just grab one out of the pantry and eat it before toasting it?
I have. I bought their snack packs, so they're like little.
They're little bites, Pop-Tart
They're
bites.
like little bite Pop-Tarts.
That sounds good.
Yeah, like mini Pop-Tarts.
Oh, those, they're too small to put in the toaster.
Yeah, but you can microwave.
Right, but I throw them in my lunchbox.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They
Just
come
tosses them in there.
convenient. Toss some in the son's lunchbox, too, on his way to school
He
today.
doesn't take one of those.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, he's beyond the lunchbox thing. Are you kidding?
He's too cool for that?
This kid get caught carrying a lunchbox in school? Oh, no, that's just not
Okay.
happening.
Maybe not the
No,
cool.
no.
thing to
No.
do.
I
I want to find one of those.
Depending
Go
on
ahead.
the day of the week, because he's on a senior schedule. So, like one day he gets out of school at 10:30, and the next day it's 12:45.
Yeah.
So he only eats lunch on what we call his long days when he doesn't get out until 12:45, and then he'll eat lunch at school. But
Yeah, it's got to be chicken sandwich.
He won't eat any other thing from the school lunch
That's all he
menu?
likes. He's very finicky.
Yeah, he sounds like it.
yeah, he'll get cookies.
Uh-huh. Do
Yeah.
they serve pizza for lunch at school now? I used to
Well,
like
yeah,
the pizza.
they still serve pizza, but the pizza they serve is round, so there's crust all around it, and Gavin doesn't like the pizza crust.
Wow, that is finicky.
Yeah.
I mean, can't Gavin just cut it in half and just eat what's in the middle circle and cut out the crust?
They don't have knives.
Yeah, they don't have knives.
So-
They don't allow knives in school.
Is that even like a plastic knife? You're kidding me.
No, because of the.
Oh man, it's been.
Yeah.
I guess it's been a long time since I've been in school now
Yeah.
because we used to have all
But no,
those
we
utensils.
have found this really good frozen pizza that we are hooked on as a family, and for Gavin to eat it,
Yeah.
it has to be good because he's really finicky about his food.
Okay.
It's a DiGiorno. What is it? 4 cheese, Rach?
It's either a 4 or 5 cheese
Yeah.
stuffed crust pizza.
It's a stuffed crust 4 cheese pizza.
But he won't eat the crust.
Yeah, he still won't eat the crust, but he'll eat the pizza
Mm-hmm.
because it tastes like it came from one of the places that we order pizza from. And I got it and showed Rachel, And when she ate it, she was like, wow, this is really good.
Will he eat the crust when the crust is stuffed, like with a mozzarella, like a stuffed crust?
No, he won't.
around?
He won't
No,
touch it.
he won't eat crust at all.
No.
Honestly.
Rachel and I, that's the only kind of crust I'll eat is when it's like stuffed crust.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, I'll eat right up to the crust.
Those store
That's
bought.
not a true statement.
Oh, God, here we go. Throw me under the bus again.
Oh, argument.
You eat crust.
I do?
You do.
Okay. All right.
I've seen you eat crust.
Well, I'll eat crust if there's something I can dip it into, like a mozzarella, like a
marinara sauce was good with the
yeah,
crust.
I'll do that. Or if
Oh.
I'm really hungry and
Yeah.
there's nothing else to eat, I'll just kind of grin and bear it and I'll eat the crust.
You know what I love is pesto. I love to get me the green or the red pesto and putting it on my crust or my pizza. I put it on
I
crackers.
prefer Alfredo.
All right.
Yeah, that's
There
good
you
too.
go. There you go. All right. I got to run. I got another call coming in. I'm seeing the light flashing. I love you and you have a wonderful day.
Love you.
I get no response.
I
She
know.
just hung up on me.
Yeah.
Just completely hung up. Good
Who's
morning.
here?
You're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Bonnie, good morning. Evan, fist bump to you. Good morning, Stuart.
Good morning.
And who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Tom. I'm kind of a new resident to Stuart. Listen to your radio every morning. You guys are talking about pizza,
Yeah.
and I'm just curious. I think I found the best pizza place in all of the great state of Florida. I'm from West Palm Beach.
Really? I actually migrated up here from West Palm. So you moved from Palm Beach to Stuart?
Well, really, Lake Worth. Yeah. I was born in St. Mary's Hospital, 1970. Grew
No
up in
way.
Lake Worth.
My firstborn was born at St. Mary's, and
Oh.
my youngest was born at St. Mary's.
Oh, yeah. But you guys are talking about pizza,
Right?
and I think I found, like, my wife is from Brooklyn. She's Italian, and we both agree. And I'm just curious, Evan, you mentioned if you're going to order it, where does it come from?
Right.
If you're allowed to say this from on air, I'm just curious, where is your pick of pizza?
So in other words, like where would I order pizza from up here?
Yes. Yep.
Bonnie is a big fan of what is it? Big Apple?
Big Apple.
She's
Yeah.
a big fan of Big Apple. I'm a big fan of Anthony's Pizza because Anthony's Pizza has this one pizza that you order and you literally need to have an SUV in your vehicle. It's that big around.
Has a very good pizza, and Adam Sandler, when he's in town, orders from there.
Wow.
Now,
That's
does
a
he
true
really?
fact if you ask the owner.
Adam Sandler comes to town. Does he come to Port St. Lucie?
Well, I don't know if Anthony's is a franchise or
It's not, but Adam Sandler comes down because he follows the Met. Yeah, Port St. Lucie.
That's
But
right.
when he's in the area, he does order, and he's done it multiple times. But now for you two and anybody else listening, I live very close to 95, and where Publix is right there, there's a place called Roma's.
Oh yes, I've heard of it. Yes.
I'm going to tell you, hands down,
Mm-hmm.
it is these guys consistently. So check it out if you're interested.
Okay, definitely, because I'm a connoisseur of pizza. I love pizza, and I'm always up for a good slice of pizza, or even a Sicilian slice of pizza.
Yeah, you sound like you're from Brooklyn yourself, Evan. You're not from West Palm.
Well, I'm from Queens, but I moved down here when I was 10, and I lived in Fort Lauderdale, migrated up to West Palm, and now I am, permanently bound in Port St. Lucie. Now, where did you live in Lake Worth?
So you obviously know how south and north is depicted by Worth Avenue, Lake Worth Avenue. So I was on the third block on Northeast Street.
Oh, I know exactly where you are. Yeah, I know exactly where you are. Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
And back then, to be honest, we never had a car. We walked to the beach. We walked everywhere. My mom walked to work.
Right.
Bike road. Loved it.
Mhm.
And to tell you the truth, as much as I love Stuart, I love the boating community.
Mm-hmm.
I really miss that Lake Worth area, but it's changed so much
Oh yeah.
since then. But I tell you, absolutely good memories, really good memories.
I used to
can
drop-
tell you so much about Lake Worth, the history that people just don't even know.
I used to drop my boat in right there at the park, right before you go over the
right at the base
intercoastal.
of the bridge.
Yeah, right at the base of the bridge. We used to drop our boat in right there at that little park right there. And then for breakfast, I used to work at a radio station when it was on the beach, an AM station down there, and I would always order breakfast from, and you know this place, Benny's.
John G's.
No, Benny's on the beach.
Oh, I know that
Okay.
place.
I've never been there, but John G's.
Oh, John G's. That's right. There's Benny's and there's John G's. Both.
John G's is now in Lantana on the beach. Same family.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've ever wondered what in the world is this long line wrapped around the building,
Mm-hmm.
it was John G's, and they pulled them in every single week.
Oh yeah, John G's,
Yeah.
hands down. Excellent breakfast, excellent lunch, excellent food, just
Excellent
everything.
family.
Yeah, great family too.
Now,
Great family.
Before you hang up with us, do you like a Chicago style pizza?
Absolutely not. I will throw it in the garbage. I've done this once. I've done it once, and I it's worthless too. I'd rather have a box of macaroni and cheese.
You got
Sorry.
it.
Oh my God, that's
Oh.
hilarious.
Oh, well, I just wanted to mention if anybody likes the great Chicago style pizza right here in town, you got to try Pusateri's. So
Ooh,
they have
there's a good one.
the Chicago style. They're on Ocean Boulevard right here in Stewart. And I know they do a great, delicious Chicago one. And, you can get the thin crust or you just got to try them. Okay.
Hey, listen, I will do it. And if it turns out wrong, I'm not holding you accountable. But
Please
there's a
don't.
good chance that it was just wrong when I first ordered it. So let's give it one more whirl.
All right, very good. And thank you so much for listening. You're also a new fan of the show, so we welcome your call. Anytime you want to call the show, you're more than welcome. We have open phones. We have an open format here, and we like to entertain people, and we welcome new.
Welcome to the area.
Yeah, welcome to the area, too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Welcome to the area.
Hey, thanks, guys. And Happy New Year to you. Stay safe.
Happy New Year to you, too. Thank you so much for calling. I greatly appreciate your call very, very much. Wow. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when we get new people calling into the show. Super nice guy. Him and his wife relocated up to. I forgot to ask him if he's got any kids or anything
Oh,
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Because I could have made some great suggestions for the kids. And
We'll do that on the next phone call.
Yeah, and invite him over to the ballpark when spring training starts. Because as you know, I am the voice of the New York Mets for spring training down here.
You are, and it's
Yeah.
cool that I didn't know that Adam Sandler came to visit our area.
Well, he's a huge Mets fan, and I didn't realize
That he actually comes,
orders
right?
Anthony's Pizza.
And he's here once in a while. I had no idea. I'm a fan. I mean, I just think his movies are such great comedy, and
Yeah.
I
I
really
love his
like
song,
him.
the Hanukkah song.
Yeah.
Oh, Hanukkah. Na, 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 na.
Oh,
I love
you
that
know
song.
it. And,
Yeah.
and his movie's really funny too.
Yeah, definitely,
And he wasn't that bad in Uncut Gems.
No,
when
not
he
at all.
Went on the serious side.
7:20 right now. It's news time. Let's head over to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A woman shot by a Martin County deputy Tuesday is still in critical but stable condition. WPTV's Megan McRoberts has more.
Well, the Martin County Sheriff's Office says the shooting yesterday would have been their 9th Baker Act call of the day. On trend, they say, with a growing call load they're experiencing from people needing critical mental help. A Martin County deputy forced to open fire, according to Sheriff William Snyder, when a woman lunged at the deputy with a knife. Snyder said she had struggled with her mental health for years, and before the scene, already used that knife to try to take her own life.
It seems like in the last year or so, it's really going up much higher.
Snyder says more and more deputies are encountering people with mental health struggles, now answering 2 to 4 Baker Act calls each day, up from just one a couple of years ago.
So that means 2 to 4 times every 24 hours, somebody is having a mental health episode so severe that they are deemed a threat to themselves or others.
He attributes some of it to the stress of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The rates of depression and anxiety I'm noticing are skyrocketing.
Licensed psychotherapist Kim Bortot urgently now than in previous years.
More and more patients are calling me, or more clients are calling me needing therapy services right now.
She says they're depressed, anxious, and at times suicidal.
When I dig deeper, I'm finding that there's domestic issues, there's loss of job, there's major financial strain. So these are all directly impacting their mental health.
That's why Snyder is among law enforcement leaders trying to enhance their resources for responding to mental health. He wants to have mental health professionals respond to emergency calls with deputies when they know in advance that someone may need the help.
We're doing the next best thing, and that is assigning for follow-up these cases where if we break rack somebody, it's assigned for follow-up to one of our mental health professionals.
The sheriff's office says it also sees some of the mental health crisis reflected in their drug overdose death numbers. The number of deaths from 2020 nearly doubling from 2019. In Martin County, I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
Costco is set to close all its photo centers nationwide next month. According to a bulletin on its Costco Photo Center website titled Important Photo Center Announcement on February 14, the company is closing all their photo departments at every Costco location. Consumers will still be able to order some items online for delivery, including prints, enlargements, and posters, photo books and calendars, stationery and photo greeting cards, canvas, metal, and acrylic prints, photo blankets, and other photo gifts and business printing products. In the announcement, Costco said services including ink refill, passport photos, photo restoration, and Yes Video home movie transfer service wouldn't be available after the centers close. Florida will not be the new home of U.S. Space Command.
Florida officials lobbied aggressively to secure the headquarters of Space Command, but came up short. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey announcing the Air Force selected the Army's Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, as the site for the headquarters of this newest military branch. The move won't happen quickly. It will take up to 6 years to build the new facilities, and until then, Space Command will remain at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Florida is reporting nearly 14,000 new cases of the coronavirus. Another 169 deaths were also announced. Hey, the Stewart Boat Show is happening. It's going to start tomorrow, and it's running through Sunday, January 15th through the 17th. And it's the largest boat show on Florida's Treasure Coast, featuring over 175 local, national, and international exhibitors displaying hundreds of boats in water and on land. If you want to learn more, go to Stewart. And lastly, we already know that Katie Couric and Aaron Rodgers are guest hosting Jeopardy! And now 2 more names have been added. Mayim Bialik from The Big Bang Theory and Bill Whitaker from 60 Minutes. Each guest host will do a week's worth of shows, and they'll receive a donation to the charity of their choice. There's no word what order they're going in, and more hosts will be announced in the future. The defending Stanley Cup champion Lightning crushed the Blackhawks 5-1 in Tampa to open their NHL season. Steven Stamkos had 2 assists and a goal in the win. Our news time is 7:25. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:26 right now, the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, still looking quiet on this Thursday morning. If you're heading out, if you have to get there by 8, yes, you should arrive on time. We're not seeing any accidents, nothing that's going to be tying you up on the roads. There's your latest look at traffic. And in Port St. Lucie, it's 54. In Quincy, Massachusetts, this morning, a cloudy 32. Here's our weather at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the mid-50s, some isolated showers morning drive, then clearing conditions by lunch. Highs today in the upper 60s with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, a cold night on tap, temperatures in the low 50s, partly cloudy skies into the night. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, partly sunny skies, and a few showers tomorrow night as a front moves across the area. Day in the low 50s, highs in the mid 60s, lots of sunshine and breezy winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Time now is 7:29 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for our weekly visit with the gentleman that heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. Joe Catrabone is here. Joe, good morning. Top of the morning to you, and happy Thursday.
Good morning, Evan, Bonnie. Great. Thank you. Happy Thursday to you also.
How's things going these days? Everybody's well in your family, I hope?
Yes, thank you for asking. And I know I know y'all are doing good because I hear you every morning. So
As long as you turn that radio dial and put on AM 1450 and you hear our voices, yep, you know for sure that things are doing extremely, very, very.
I get it.
Listen, folks, if you have a business, me say this week after week after week after week, I highly suggest that you get involved with the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. The perks are endless. The benefits are endless. The exposure is endless. It's endless possibilities. And for literally hardly any cost at all, in my humble opinion, it's worth every dollar. That's just my opinion, because I have actually confided with other people and spoken with other people that are members of the chamber, and they tell me that it's just one of the best things they've ever done, Joe.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And certainly I'm high on it. I live and breathe it. I've been doing it for over 40 years in the chamber business. So I know that we have a wonderful product, and I would match it against any other organization's benefits anywhere, especially to help people build their business or their clientele.
How long have you been with the Stuart Chamber of Commerce, Joe?
Since '89. Bonnie.
Oh, that's a good long run.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still deciding whether I really want to stay or really like it here.
Where else you gonna go?
Well,
You can't leave anywhere. You can't go anywhere.
Say we love having you here. Please don't go anywhere
Yeah, if you
else.
leave, I can't.
I don't.
Who am I gonna
I don't know
have?
what took me so long to get here.
Jeez.
That's like that song. How did I get here? With the Talking
Yeah.
Heads.
Yeah, and if you leave, then the men at work are going to play Who Can It Be Now, because we have no idea who the next person is going to be to run your place.
Hey, Joe, since you always like talking about the economy, I just got a neat little tidbit here. You might like this story. So a guy in Canada recently started something called the 40 Hot Meal Project, where businesses buy meals from restaurants and then they donate to food banks. So it helps feed people and keep the restaurants open. He started it a month ago and it's already a hit. Businesses have spent $44,000 there and donated 4,000 meals.
Oh my.
Yep.
Wow, that's really great, Bonnie.
Yeah. So it's like hitting two good birds with one stone, helping the businesses and helping the hungry and the restaurants stay open too.
Yeah, do you have something you can forward me or give me a?
This is in our show prep news stories this morning, and I'll copy it and paste it for you, Joe. I'll get your email from Evan, and we'll send it out to you, sir.
That's great. Yeah, we'll look into that right away. That's a great idea. Wow, that really is a good idea.
Boy, she hit the nail right on the head, didn't she?
Yeah.
You
that's,
just love.
That's great.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for sharing that. That's great.
You bet. You
So,
love
Joe,
seeing that.
what's been going on in the last week at the chamber? Catch us up, if you would, please.
Yeah, we had a lunch yesterday at Sashi Sushi.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever eaten there?
I'm not a big fan of sushi but I'm sure that a lot of other people have.
Yeah, we had about 70 people there, and it's obviously down from what our normal numbers are. But hey, well, there's still folks out there showing a propensity, wanting to get out and network and social distancing, masks and all of that stuff in place. So we had about 70 people there yesterday, and Rob Gluckman from Treasure Coast Urgent Care made a presentation. Of course, one of the most sought after presentations anymore is about especially now, it's the vaccine, the availability,
right?
Things of that nature. So Rob gave about a 15-minute presentation on the vaccine. They gave out, I forget how many doses, and basically said to it's not, we're just not getting the vaccines here. We have the capability between Cleveland Clinic and all of the other areas of expertise that could administer the shot. That's not the problem. The problem is getting them. It's a crapshoot. We don't know how many we're going to get. We don't know when we're going to get them.
Right.
And even with those who've received their first shots, we don't know when the vaccines will be here to administer their second shot. So it's kind of really helter skelter right now. But anyway, it was very received. We had, in as much as it was a small, we had the opportunity for everyone to go around, and everyone in the room went around and introduced themselves and explained what business they were representing or what business they owned, et cetera, et cetera. So much like our Morning Joe, where everybody gets an opportunity on live radio to tell all your listeners about themselves. Everyone really appreciated, enjoyed that. And by the way, if I may, to reschedule Morning Joe from the 21st to the 28th, Evan. So if you would mark that and keep that in mind.
Yeah, let me open my calendar right now. That's the 21st is what it was originally scheduled for?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to reschedule it to when now?
The 28th, the next Thursday. That would be the last Thursday in the month.
28th?
Where normally we do the 3rd.
Okay, and it is done. It's done.
Great.
Taken care of.
Okay.
That was easy.
Yeah. So next week we've got a business after hours at the Owens Insurance. We've got.
Oh, yes. Owen Insurance, my good friend, Gary Owen.
Yes.
He actually does a show on the program, and he's having he's having his big grand opening coming up.
Yes, he is. So yeah, he's just moved, and as I said, that on the 20th, the evening of the 20th at 5:30, we'll have a business after hours. We're expecting anywhere between 75 and 100 people. It is by reservation, so if anyone is interested, go online and you can make your reservation online to attend the business after hours and see Gary's new location and celebrate with him.
Yeah, it's going to be a great. That's going to be a great event, and I can't wait because I think that's. I think I may stop by that one.
He's a good dresser too, Joe, just like you.
I don't know if he'll have his kilt on though. I'm not sure.
I love that hat that he was wearing.
Well, you never know.
He was wearing like an amazing hat when he came here with us the last time he was here.
He had a derby on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wears his derby when he comes in studio. Yeah, it's very, very, very chic looking.
It is. It's classy, right, Evan?
Yes, extremely, very, very classy.
Yeah.
Then again, he's a very classy kind of guy.
Yeah.
We did get a couple of new members last week.
Okay.
Guaranteed Garage Repair, Tracy Yotis. They're in Stewart, and she fixed my garage door. Gosh, about well over a year ago, and she was not a member. And we talked to her, and she finally is in a position where she joined the chamber. So anyone needs their she's those.
Yeah.
The springs on a garage door go bad. I didn't realize that you should be very cautious. They can snap and really hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, then we had Ferrara Law, Nancy Ferrara on Federal Highway in Stewart. She does estate litigation. And then our Paul Welsh CPA, he's home based right now. He lives in location here in Stewart, but he is a CPA. So and I know Amy's got several more that should come in this week. So again, Bonnie, you mentioned the economy before. We wrapped up our numbers December, so it's another month we've exceeded our estimated goals or budget, and it looks like January being right along, and we'll do just as well. So, the economy is good; it's improving. People are really getting back into the idea of accepting the norm, what it is right now, the social distancing and the masks and et cetera, et cetera. So, I think everything is bright and rosy. We got a full month. We can go over it next week. We've got a full month in February, chock full of live events again, as well as March. So we're getting back into that mode of the live events. We're still doing Zooms, obviously.
Right.
And we'll continue to do them. That's here to stay. We're never going to do away with that.
Yeah, the guy that invented Zoom is a genius, and that's probably the next best thing to chocolate chip cookies and milk, isn't it?
Yeah, for me it is, for sure. We have, incidentally, we have a state government affairs meeting, which is going to be Zoom on, it's Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. It's Monday the 25th, and we're going to have Senator Harrell, and we've invited Representative Toby Oberdorf and John Snyder to take part. We talk about what our legislative issues are, what we're going to be asking for or lobbying for in Tallahassee this year. And it's especially important this year because we're not going to be traveling up there like we have in years past.
Right.
So that'll be the first time since 1989 we have not traveled to Tallahassee.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Very good. Joe, very quickly, because our time is running short here, if you could touch upon how people can get a hold of you, et cetera, so on and so forth, the different ways, and maybe one or two quick benefits of joining the chamber, that'd be great.
Sure. You can certainly call me or any of our staff at 287-10 is 108. But as I said, any of our staff could help you. Or you go to our website, www.stuartmartinchamber.org. It's a myriad of information. You can even join online, although we don't recommend people do that because we like to sit down and talk with them and explain what their benefits, et cetera, et cetera. So one of the biggest benefits I see right now, believe it or not, more than ever, is the networking that we're still getting almost 30-35% of our normal attendance. It shows the fact that people still do want to network and get out there and speak with each other. But that is not limited just to, we do the Morning Joe. We do other Zoom meetings on Zoom, and we're doing our state legislative committee meeting with our legislative delegation on Zoom. So right now I see that as, and of course we keep sending out information, current information about what's going on currently with the hospitalization and things of that nature, and what's going on, where you can get the latest information on the vaccine and where you can get it and phone numbers to call, things of that nature. So there's a myriad, as you know, of things that we offer here. The laundry list is a page long, if not longer.
All right. Once again, Joe, give out your number and website one more time for our wonderful listening audience. 772-287-1088. My extension is 108. Our website is Stuart Martin Chamber. RG. All right, very good. Our very special guest is the gentleman that is president of the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce, Joe Catrabone. Joe, thank you very much for joining us, and we will talk to you next week. Have a great day. You too. I look forward to speaking with you next week. All right, very, very good. God bless. 7:43 right now, news time. Once again, let's go to the news desk, and here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. The House of Representatives voted to impeach President Donald Trump for the second time, marking the fourth impeachment of a U.S. president in history. Trump also became the first president to be impeached by the House twice. Congress admonished his role in last week's riot at the U.S. Capitol that killed 5 people. 10 Republican representatives, including Liz Cheney, the GOP caucus's third-ranking members, were among those who joined the Democratic majority in voting in favor of impeachment. That final vote was 230 compared to 197 opposed. What happens next in the impeachment process is unclear. Trump, whose term comes to an end January 20, will likely remain in power until the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell stated Wednesday that he will not call the Senate back to Washington this week and is still weighing his options when the Senate returns next week. The Senate could consider Trump's impeachment after he leaves office. The Senate could vote to ban him from holding federal office ever again, which would preclude him from running for president in 2024. Tempers flared on the floor of the House of Representatives as Panhandle Congressman Matt Gaetz spoke against efforts to impeach President Trump a second time.
The left in America has incited far more political violence than the right. For months, our cities burned, police stations burned, our businesses were shattered, and they said nothing.
Gaetz called impeachment an itch that doesn't go away with just one scratch, but the House did impeach Trump with yes votes from the Democrats and 10 Republicans. Officials in Martin County are searching for a missing Palm City man who went kayaking early Wednesday morning and has not returned. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the story.
The man FWC officers say they're looking for is 71-year-old Stephen Crouch of Palm City. He was last seen at the Treasure Coast Rowing Club near Layton Park. Martin County deputies say at around 6:45 in the morning, Crouch launched a kayak into the South Fork River. He was due back in approximately 2 hours but never returned. Deputies say they located the kayak about a mile from Hosford Park, south of the rowing club, and that Crouch was not found. FWC officers are asking anyone who lives along the South Fork River who may have video surveillance of Crouch to please share it with them. We have their contact information over on our website, WPTV.com. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
Well, lastly, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, that Stewart Boat Show is happening. The largest boat show on our Treasure Coast, featuring over 175 local, national, and international exhibitors displaying hundreds of boats in the water and on land. Now, many boat brands are represented at the show, including the latest models of motor yachts, cruisers, center consoles, speedboats, sport fishing boats, and pontoons, feet over 90 feet in length. Additional exhibits include the latest in personal watercraft, marine electronics, outboard and inboard engines, safety equipment, accessories, boat lifts, fishing gear, nautical clothing and jewelry, as well as financing and insurance companies. Plenty of seminars, music, delicious food, and drinks coming up to add to the festivities. And find out more, go to stewartboatshow.com. The Chicago Bears' never-ending search for a franchise quarterback could have another chapter after general manager Ryan Pace declined to say that the team intends to re-sign 2017 second overall pick Mitchell Trubisky. As far as the plan at quarterback to get to where we want to go, we definitely need more out of that position, Pace said Wednesday, after he and coach Matt Nagy were given a vote of confidence. Everything is on the table. Trubisky's future in Chicago has been tenuous ever since the Bears traded for veteran Nick Foles last April and declined Trubisky's fifth-year option a little over a month later. News Time 748 will have weather and traffic together next.
$7:49 right now, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
It's a good morning for driving. We're not finding any traffic accidents throughout Martin County, St. Lucie County, all the way on up to Fort Pierce and beyond. Looking clear, including the major highways. There's your latest look at traffic. Right now in Palm City, it's 55 and cloudy sky. And in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, only 25 and cloudy. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the mid-50s, some isolated showers possible for the morning drive, then clearing conditions by lunch. Highs today in the upper 60s with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, a cold night on tap, temperatures in the low 50s, partly cloudy skies into the night. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, partly sunny skies, and a few showers tomorrow night as a front moves across the area. Saturday morning starting off the day in the low 50s, highs in the mid-60s, lots of sunshine and breezy winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450 Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
So coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, Bonnie, it's very rare that I get to talk to this gentleman. They're very dear friends of mine for many, many years. They used to live here in the States, and now they live over in Israel.
Yeah,
they are
I think
journalists.
we talked to him one time before.
Yes,
did we not?
Michael Friedson was with us once before, except Michael was not feeling all that well.
Ooh.
He had a little bit of laryngitis, so we kind of squeaked through, no pun intended there. Of course, we squeaked through the interview, and we made it through, and I figured, you know what? Let me get him back on to start the new year off. And, and I want to find out what's going on over in the country of Israel and what's going on over there, and talk to him, and of course I miss him and his lovely wife Felice and their whole entire family very, very dearly, and they gave me something many years ago when I built my home that I put up in the doorway, and it's called a mezuzah. And that was the first thing that I put up into the house along with my father's portrait before we brought anything into our home, and it's supposed to bring long life, good luck, etc., so on and so forth. And this has always been a staple in our home, and it's been there ever since. And every time I walk in the front door, I see that. I always think of Michael and Felice.
He's going to be proud to know that you still have that, Evan.
Oh, of course. It wouldn't go anywhere. It definitely wouldn't go anywhere. But I'm really excited to be speaking with them a little bit after 8 o'clock this morning. They're going to be joining us live from Israel.
It'll be fun to find out, interesting to find out, too, what the issues are like over there, how people are handling the issues
definitely,
of the day.
Definitely so if they have a lockdown going on.
Yeah.
And then, when things open up a little bit, what are some of the fun things to do when you go to Israel? Because my son Dylan was in Israel. He went to Jerusalem. And he went to the tomb of where Jesus is also, and he went to the river, and he said it was the most fascinating thing that he's ever been on was when he got to take that trip and go to Israel.
That would be a trip to never forget.
Yeah, it was.
Sure.
I can't remember the name of the organization that it was through, but it had to do with our heritage, and he didn't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
It didn't cost him anything at all whatsoever. So he got to go with a whole group of different people, and he said it's a life-changing experience. He told me, he said, Dad, if you ever get to go anywhere, go to Israel, go to Jerusalem.
Sure.
It's worth the trip.
Breathtaking, I bet.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I've seen the pictures of Jerusalem. I've watched videos, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
A nice shoreline over there too, don't they?
Yeah.
Like a really nice seaside
where
tourists go there, and I would sure like to visit that too.
It's a beautiful country. It really, really, truly is. And we'll be speaking with Michael Friedson here in just a little bit in hour number 3 of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. And speaking of which, we're going to be coming up to the top of the hour, which means news will be coming up next. And Bonnie, today is Thursday. And of course, we posed the question earlier as far as we're still looking for answers in regards to today's nearly impossible question. 35% of people would forgo a pay raise in exchange for this. What exactly is it?
Yep. And
what exactly is it?
My answer earlier had been better health care from the company in lieu of that pay raise. I don't know if that was the wrong or right answer.
Well,
but
I'm not going to give it away whether that's the wrong or the right answer, but we will give that answer away at the end of the program today, at the end of hour number 3. Let's strike the band up and get the band to start playing that's in the other room, if we could, please. And the band will take us into the break right here at WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and then one of my very near and dear friends, all the way live from Jerusalem in Israel. He's a journalist over there. TheMediaLine.org is the website you want to visit. Mr. Michael Friedson is going to be here. We'll be back right after the news. Don't go anywhere.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. It's 8:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie, and I have been counting the hours, days, and weeks until this morning, because this is one person that I have always admired and have a high regard for, him and his entire family, and he's joining us now live from Israel, from his home office. Michael Friedson is a journalist and heads up the MediaLine.org. Mike, it is such a pleasure to hear your voice this morning.
It's a pleasure to still have it, to let you hear it.
Oh, no, don't tell me again. You lost your voice again?
I use it too much.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, I enjoyed reminiscing. I guess we'll call it Throwback Thursday. I enjoyed reminiscing with you there for a few minutes, showing each other pictures of our kids as they've all grown up into grown adults over the years.
I don't know how that happens.
I know, right? You just sprinkle a little water on them and they grow up.
Yeah, I was showing you pictures of our little one who used to come to the studio with us in Florida.
Little Gavi.
Yeah, he was born in '88, so
wow,
we're talking about 4 years old, 5 years old.
So he's 32. He's 32 now. Okay, yes. And what's Gavi doing these days?
Gavi lives in the Washington area.
Okay,
he's a first responder. Well, he represents an Israeli organization called Hatzalah.
Okay,
which is a medical first response organization that has created a system whereby, as an example, in the city of Jerusalem, if you put in the equivalent of an American 911 call, his organization will be at your side within 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
That's fast.
That's amazing. Yeah. That really is truly amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the picture of him and President Trump together that you showed me, right?
Yes.
Very, very nice. And then your other son?
Oh, two other sons.
Two others.
One is a high-tech geek who works in kind of things that he says, Dad, you really don't want me to have to kill you, do you?
Okay.
And Jonathan is a translator, transcription expert, and he translates whole books. And I don't even have time to read a book now, and I watch him sit.
Wow.
But he's 39. He just turned 39.
Oh, my. Now, are they living in Israel or are they all living stateside?
Jonathan and Lyndon, our middle one, is Gavi is the only one who's living in the States now.
Okay, very good. Very, very good. And of course, I have to ask, how is Felice? I saw just a quick glimpse of her and she looks absolutely stunning. It seems like she's decreased in looks of age, just like you have. You look younger than when I saw you, except of course with a little bit of the gray in the beard, but that's besides the point.
Bit of it's all gray. Felice is amazing. Felice, of course, is this. I work for, every man says he works for his wife.
Right.
I really work for my wife. She's my boss. She's the CEO of the company.
Right.
MediaLine is doing a lot of amazing things, and Felice is leading them. She just premiered a television program.
Oh, wow.
Called Facing the Middle East with Felice Friedson.
Uh-huh.
And you can see that on our website, themedialine.org. And, she hobnobs with the people she interviews. She just did a brilliant interview with Secretary of State Pompeo.
Okay.
Real interesting time with Steve Grinnell that last week. And the program keeps her busy. She is the most active CEO of a company you can imagine. She really works the Israel clock, which is 7 hours ahead of East.
Right.
And then works the American clock. So how she sleeps, I still haven't figured out, and I live with her.
So now it's 3:11 in the afternoon where you guys are in Jerusalem, correct?
That's right. That's correct.
All right. And she's busy in the other room working away, doing the magic that she does.
How many times a month does she travel over here? How many times a month is she traveling back and forth?
Well, pre-COVID, we were traveling in the States about every 6 to 8 weeks.
Wow, that's lots.
That's a lot of sky miles.
That is a lot. And
yeah, it is.
A lot of time changes too. And the fatigue.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, it's been last March was the last trip that we made, and the truth is, we really desperately need to come back to the States. We have a lot of things we do there.
Well, I desperately need you to come to Florida so we can go have lunch together, so I can see you guys. I miss you guys dearly. I really, really, truly do. I really do.
We appreciate the video information that you send. We've been watching your family grow up. And it makes us feel old, but we still enjoy it.
I know. I talked to Howard Goldsmith about once every couple of months. He's doing very well too, by the way.
That's great.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Israel. What's going on over in Israel right now with COVID? What is
two stories, and pretty much all these days, the COVID business and the election business. Going to its fourth election in less than 2 years, and that has people using up whatever energy and time they're not devoting to the COVID story. The COVID story is really a mixed bag, but it's quite interesting. Israel has gotten the kinks out in terms of vaccinating its entire population. They far exceed any other country in the world in terms of how quickly they're getting the vaccinations into the arms of the people. In the first 2 weeks alone, they had reached about between 14 and 15% of the population.
Oh my!
But by 3 weeks, they were past 20%. We and my family, I both have had the first shot. We're waiting for our shot at the second shot.
Okay, did you guys have any reaction at all to the first shot?
Yeah, I said, "Wow, I got it."
That was it.
That was my reaction.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Our reaction was we were mostly preoccupied with how incredible the entire system was. It was really quite amazing and very, very well done.
Now, did they inoculate the senior citizens first, the nursing homes, assisted living, first responders?
Basically, yes. But
Okay.
there were exceptions to the rule, of course. There always are.
Right.
But primarily, it was a 60 on up. And I qualified. And actually, Felice is not there yet. But when she came with me for my appointment, she had an appointment set for 2 weeks after me. She said, I'm here with my husband now. They said, that's like, sure, no problem here. Take a ticket.
Why not, right? So now are
they?
they vaccinating all ages now in your country, or it's still 60 and over?
I think they've knocked it down to 55.
Okay.
They're taking the next step, but pretty much everybody is. One of the things that's come out of this is they discussed, like they were discussing in the States, the idea of using the second shots that were being set aside to make sure everybody who got a first got a second.
Right.
I heard President-elect Biden talking about using the second shot for people to get their first shot and kind of rolling the dice about whether there'll be a second shot for whoever got only the first shot.
They're trying to get go ahead.
No, here they put an end to that pretty quickly. The Moderna company CEO is actually an Israeli, and he's been the source of a lot of information about the science involved in it. And he was adamant that you don't do two things. Number one, you don't not get your second shot, and you don't mix companies. If you're getting Pfizer, you get your second Pfizer. If you're getting Moderna, you get your second Moderna.
They're trying.
Now Johnson & Johnson's coming out with a one-shot deal.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. Johnson & Johnson, they're still trying to get that a go-through and a go-ahead over here for just the one shot with them.
Well, so the moral of the story is if you have a prime minister who desperately needs the public behind him on something, you don't have a problem getting your shot.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, in general, how is COVID doing over in your country as general? Are you guys
That's the
on
other
lockdown?
side of the coin.
Yeah.
Now we're in our third major lockdown right now as we speak.
Wow.
Felice and I are able to move around because we're journalists and we have that ability. But basically, all commerce, with the exception of absolute essentials, meaning drugstores and supermarkets, are supposed to be closed. Restaurants are only delivery, not even takeaway. It has to be only delivery. Schools are closed completely. You can't get a haircut, which is why I look like I do.
Just have Felice, just get the scissor, cut your bangs.
Well, I'm trying to get her to save what she cuts. I don't
Okay.
want to lose all that.
I know.
figure out a way to stick it back in there.
I know.
And so it's a major lockdown, major inconvenience. Businesses are going belly up right and left. The Israelis haven't had the government assistance that originally came out in the States.
Right.
Are people able to go to work, to go to their jobs?
Yes and no. If it's a non-essential job, you're not supposed to go to work. You're supposed to work from the home.
Right.
That's, of course, the same conversation. Last night I had this conversation. I had my 1 year ago was my 50th high school reunion.
Oh my!
Oh.
You can't be that old.
New York. Yeah.
Are you 70 already?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
But I grew up in upstate New York, and I actually went to my reunion. And since then, we were doing happy hours on Zoom.
Right.
And this whole discussion of what you get and what you lose because of the shutdown and because of the working at home.
Right.
There was one guy from one of my old classmates. Nobody told me when I was in school that I was in school with such older. I don't know why this happened, but all my classmates look like they're just a lot older than I am. Anyhow,
yeah, but you still look like you're 50 though. Honestly, you do. You look like you're 50 years old.
Well,
and by the way, folks, if you're wondering, Michael is on a Zoom video call with me, so I can actually sing back and forth. That's why I'm saying, wow, he looks 50.
You gave it away. One was a retired IBM guy, and he said IBM had him working at home 10 years before COVID ever came along.
Yeah.
And they were heading that direction, but the COVID has pushed them back the other way. They seem to believe now that creativity requires socialization. And they've drawn the parallel, and they're trying to get back into bringing people into the facilities as opposed to doing what others are doing, which is stay away from the facilities, shed your rents and have your employees work from home. Everybody says they're 30% more productive.
Right.
That doesn't cut it. And educators are telling that socialization, again, that word, but nevertheless, the socialization is critical for kids growing up.
Oh, it's extremely.
Away from them.
Extremely.
When I hear my 5, almost 6-year-old grandson talk about Corona, it's kind of weird.
I know. I watch son, and if we go somewhere to go and eat or something, he has a mask on, and it's just the most adorable little thing, and he understands to some extent why he has to wear that mask. Now, my question to you, when you were talking about a lot of you get your groceries if the grocery stores are closed, do they deliver?
No, supermarkets are open.
Okay.
And there's a lot of neighborhood markets.
Okay.
And the neighborhood markets, nobody has really figured out whether they're supposed to be open or not.
Okay.
But most of them are open. So food has really not been a problem, and food has been plentiful. There's really been no shortages. We in this little country over here have had better access to toilet paper than you guys.
How much is the toilet? How much is the toilet?
Yeah, how
paper?
much does the toilet paper cost over there?
Everything here is at least 20% more expensive than where you are.
Like for instance, a gallon of milk, sir. How much for it?
I got to translate it. It's about 7 shekels, which is $2.
That's it?
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we're paying more for
We
that
pay
here.
more than
milk and bread is subsidized by the government.
Oh.
Okay.
If you buy milk here, you don't have the vitamin additions, the vitamin D and all the other stuff. So if you buy the fortified milk with the vitamins, you're going to pay about 2.5 times more than you would for the straight plain milk, because that's the milk that's subsidized by the government.
What does a gallon of gas go for these days over in your country in American dollars? I know I'm making you think.
You're beyond my abilities, because you got to first translate it into liters.
Okay.
And you pay for it by the liter.
Okay.
So you're paying for about 3 shekels per liter.
Wow.
More expensive than we're paying now here.
Yeah.
It's always been that way. And there's taxes on it and everything. You buy a car, you could pay 100% in taxes before you have the the use of the car.
Mhm.
And then you could pay another couple thousand more just to have it licensed to be on the road.
Mhm.
We opted not to have a car, and it's one of the best things we did when we came over here. We
Now,
live
how
in
do
the
you
city.
how do you guys get around? Mass transit?
We walk, we use mass transit, we
Okay.
use taxis when we have to, and it still at the end of the year comes out ahead of having to
Right.
swallow a car. You know, I lived for a few years, and I still suffer from the syndrome whereby when I walk down the street and see a parking spot, I want to go buy a car to put in it.
That's awfully funny. I think that's hilarious. I think that's great. Do they have Uber and in Jerusalem?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Israel is still a socialist remnant.
Okay.
And the unions of the taxi drivers were able to prevent Uber from getting in here.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very
They
good.
do have Get Taxi. That's as close as it comes.
Okay. Okay. Now you said you guys are in an election year, correct?
We're always in an election year. This will be the fourth election in less than 2 years.
Wow. Why is that so?
Israel is a parliamentary democracy,
Okay.
which means there's one house of, well, you could call it Congress, they call it the Knesset. There's 120 seats, and in order to become the prime minister, you see, the Israelis don't vote for people, they vote for parties. There
Okay.
could be 30 parties running in an election, and there could be parties, and there are parties on a single issue. So in order to get 61 seats to govern is very, very difficult. So who's
Okay.
going to be the prime minister? The guy or gal whose party gets the greatest number of seats in the parliament and has the greatest chance of putting together a coalition of 61 or more seats. Netanyahu, he's the longest serving prime minister in the history of the country. And he's always managed to, even if he can't get the greatest number of seats, which happened one time, he was the only one who could put the coalition together. But now it's a situation reminiscent of what we've seen in the States, where it's together, and he's facing the greatest challenge of his year. Plus the fact he has legal cases hanging over his head. He's he's in the middle of a trial as it is for 4 corruption cases, and the chances are very good that he's not going to succeed in beating it. Which is why I made the comment before about, if you have a prime minister who really needs to get the inoculation job done, it sure makes it go away.
How many parties are there over there? Like, how many parties to vote for? And does it
In
vary?
the last election, there were 30.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my.
No wonder why
Yeah.
there are so many elections then, with the 30
Well,
parties to.
But don't forget, there's a term of office of 4 years, but there's a huge but. In America, impeachment aside, you wait it out and you elect somebody different. Here, the government can fall overnight. If no confidence goes against the government has to be ready to take over. So it's when this can also be used as a political tool. For instance, when Mr. Netanyahu in past years has sensed that the election day scheduled is coming, and he's particularly strong at that moment, he will dissolve the government and go to elections early because he feels he has a greater strength then than going through the long campaign and making it come out.
Wow.
Running the chance of not succeeding. So it's been that, as I said, 4 elections in less than 2 years. It's kind of crazy when each term should be 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, sir, I've got another question about that. So with the parties and all of the elections and the changes that you said can go on overnight, do you see a lot getting done? Or
No, right now the government has been quagmired for 2 years.
Wow.
Very little has gotten done.
Yeah.
It's really, the country is fed up with it. This
Wow.
time around, nobody wanted to be blamed for having the election.
Wow, that's crazy.
That didn't
Michael,
stop them from doing that.
the time has blown by. I could do a whole hour with you on your beautiful country that you live in. But if you want to learn more about what Michael and Felice do as journalists, go to themedialine.org. Themedialine.org is the website. There is a plethora of information there. You can see everything that they do. the articles that they write, Felice's television program that she has. Unbelievable. Michael, I can't express how much I love you and Felice and your kids. I miss you dearly. You have no idea. I really do. I miss you so much.
Well, one good thing came out of this Zoom stuff.
All right.
Being on with you like this, looking you in the eyes. We didn't have that with the telephone.
No, it's there. Literally, it really is. I want to reach out and hug you so bad right now. I really do. I miss you. I miss you an awful lot.
It's nice having you in my home.
It is, and it's nice having you in my radio studio. That's for sure. Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Give Felice a big kiss on the cheek for me.
I will, and give a big hug to everybody in the family.
I sure will. And next time you come to Florida, please
let you know. Absolutely.
All right, buddy. I love you much, and I'll see you soon. That's Michael Friedson. He's a journalist over in Jerusalem, along with his wife, Felice. We're going to take a short pause, and we'll be back with Randy Siegel and the Space Report right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:32 right now, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for a look at outer space with the one and only Randy Siegel. Good morning, Randy.
Good
morning to you, sir. Well, it's with a heavy heart and a lot of sadness that I report the death of Phil Clark. He was a leading expert in Soviet, Russian, as well as Chinese space programs, and he was a definitive expert on those yesterday at the age of 70 years old. So let me ask you a question, guys. How long do you think it takes the Voyager spacecraft to communicate back here on Earth? Any idea? Well, it takes 17 hours, 33 minutes, and 53 seconds traveling at the speed of light. The spacecraft Voyager 2 is nearly 12 billion miles from Earth and still sending us back good data. On this date in history, in 1975, NASA renamed the Earth Resources Technology Satellite, and we still get a lot of good information on the Earth itself. The Hyginus spacecraft, which was heading out on the Cassini spacecraft, landed on Titan. Titan is one of the moons in the outer moons of Saturn, and it landed on this date in history, giving us good data. In 2008, NASA conducted its first flyby of the planet Mercury, learning a lot about that rock planet. The astronauts on board the International Space Station had a pretty busy day. And today they were kind of kicking it off, just relaxing. One U.S. spacecraft and 3 Russian spacecraft remained parked to the International Station after the departure of 2 U.S. space freight. 5 astronauts, 4 from NASA and 1 from JAXA, are doing relatively little work today if they can help it. The North American Grumman Cygnus cargo craft left the space station on January 6th, followed being released by the Canadarm2. Then Cygnus remained in orbit until the 26th of will remain in orbit until the 26th of this month, where it will be remotely controlled to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere above the South Pacific Ocean. And the Space Cargo Dragon resupply ship undocked on Tuesday from the Harmony module, and it continued in orbit. The Japanese astronaut Soichi Noguchi collected urine samples for Russian biomedical studies before taking the rest of the day off yesterday. Sergei Rusakov and flight engineer Sergei Kushevashchikov participated in the study that seeks to understand how the human body adapts to weightlessness. The interesting part is what the Russians did on board the space station yesterday. The Russians had a holiday, if you will, New Year. And as a result, presented Mike Hopkins and Victor Glover, as well as Japanese astronaut Soichi Noguchi, with the space Matryoshka. And Kate Rubins and Shannon Walker received scarves from the vehicle. So they celebrated the new year in space. Had a lot of time to do that. We want to note that SpaceX Dragon spacecraft landed off the coast of Florida. In this case, it was in the Gulf of Mexico off of Tampa. The Go Navigator recovery ship, staffed by NASA as well as SpaceX technicians, hoisted the vehicle aboard the floating platform, and then they started opening it up and taking out some of the critical time-sensitive experiments. Those experiments were helicoptered back to the Kennedy launch and landing facility. And they were taken as well to the space station processing facility by truck. Scientists will receive analysis return of the materials in California, Texas, Massachusetts, Japan, and other locations. So another pitch-perfect landing for SpaceX crewed Dragon. NASA and the Japanese government have completed an agreement outlining how the Japanese will contribute to the Lunar Gateway as NASA works to wrap up international contributions to the outpost. Once the decision has been made as to who will help with this program, the better. Today, watch out, because at 10:45, if you go on the site for Blue Origins, you'll see the next New Shepard flight of an unmanned vehicle. It will tell you more about that tomorrow. So until then, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report on the program. He's here Monday through Friday at 8:30, talking all things NASA. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie is standing by with some of the most delectable treats this side of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes. And, Evan, I know you're feeling hungry this morning. I know I'm feeling hungry. I have a big appetite, so I might want to try a big beef burrito.
How about that big chocolate chip cookie that's about the size of your head?
You can get that for dessert.
Right?
That's true, if you can squeeze it in. In the beef burrito, you get your taco spiced ground beef in a wrap of your choice, filled with tomato, salsa, cheddar cheese, jasmine rice included, sour cream and avocado in this one, accompanied by a fresh side. And Chef Mark wants to invite you to the Farm to Table dinner with Chef Mark Muller. That's happening this weekend on Sunday, January 17. It's going to go 3:30 to 5 for a 5-course dinner with wine pairing included. You get award-winning coffees during this, live music at Kai Festival Farm. That's on Canner Highway in Stewart. And for tickets, you want to go to kaikaifarm.com, KAI farm.com. Get your tickets for this event today. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
Time for the Precious Metals Report, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,841. Even this morning, silver opening up at $25.31 an ounce. That's a Precious Metals Report. And as always, it's brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:40 the time right now. It's time for news once again. Let's go to the news desk, and here's Bonnie.
Well, a woman shot by a Martin County deputy Tuesday is still in critical but stable condition. And WPTV's Megan McRoberts has more.
Well, the Martin County Sheriff's Office says the shooting yesterday would have been their 9th Baker Act call of the day. On trend, they say, with a growing call load they're experiencing from people needing critical mental help. A Martin County deputy forced to open fire, according to Sheriff William Snyder, when a woman lunged at the deputy with a knife. Snyder said she had struggled with her mental health for years, and before the scene, already used that knife to try to take her own life.
It seems like in the last year or so, it's really going up much higher.
Snyder says more and more deputies are encountering people with mental health struggles, now answering 2 to 4 Baker Act calls each day, up from just 1 a couple of years ago.
So that means 2 to 4 times every 24 hours, somebody is having a mental health episode so severe that they are deemed a threat to themselves or others.
He attributes some of it to the stress of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The rates of depression and anxiety I'm noticing are skyrocketing.
Licensed psychotherapist Kim Bortot says her services are also needed more urgently now than in previous years.
More and more patients are calling me, more and more clients are calling me needing therapy services right now.
She says they're depressed, anxious, and at times
there's domestic issues, there's loss of job, there's major financial strain. So these are all directly impacting their mental health.
That's why Snyder is among law enforcement leaders trying to enhance their resources for responding to mental health related calls. He wants to have mental health professionals respond to emergency calls with deputies when they know in advance that someone may need the help.
We're doing the next best thing, and that is assigning for follow-up these cases where if we break rack somebody, it's assigned for follow-up to one of our mental health professionals.
The sheriff's office says it also sees some of the mental health crisis reflected in their drug overdose death numbers, the number of deaths from 2020 nearly doubling from 2019. In Martin County, I'm Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
House leaders in Tallahassee are telling members to brace for budget cuts as the countdown to the legislative session begins. Rory O'Neill reports.
The pandemic is hitting Florida tax revenues hard, and there's no guarantee Uncle Sam will rush in with a bailout. Appropriations Chairman Jay Trumbull told lawmakers this week the budget gap could approach $3 billion, a big number, but down from the $5.4 billion economists predicted last summer. Another issue is Medicaid. Enrollment swelled as people lost their jobs. That could cost the state an extra $1.2 billion. The state cannot run a deficit, so the books must be balanced by spring. I'm Rory O'Neill.
The new home of U.S. Space Command.
Florida officials lobbied aggressively to secure the headquarters of Space Command, but came up short. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey announcing the Air Force selected the Army's Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama, as the site for the headquarters of this newest. Won't happen quickly. It will take up to 6 years to build the new facilities, and until then, Space Command will remain at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado. I'm Rory O'Neill.
And lastly, of course, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, come on out, one and all, to the Stewart Boat Show. That event starts tomorrow and it goes through Sunday. We have the largest boat show here on Florida's Treasure Coast, featuring over 175 local, national, and international exhibitors displaying hundreds of boats in water and on land, and additional exhibits too, including the latest in personal watercraft, marine electronics, some fishing gear included. It's exciting, and to find out more, go to stewartboatshow.com. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver held a town hall with league office employees on Monday in which he and Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum maintained a clear messaging. The season will continue even with the recent uptick of positive COVID-19 tests among numerous teams. The league and players union are determined to carry out this 2021 season without any stoppage, collaborating over the weekend and through Tuesday to release new, stricter health and safety guidelines that are intended to decrease players and team staffers' physical contact. News time is 8:45. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
8:46 right now, the time on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, still a good-looking morning here, Evan, traffic-wise. We haven't been seeing any accidents, and the latest from FHP, of course, telling us US 1 running along this morning, too. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 56. It's partly cloudy in Port St. Lucie, where our friend George is this morning in Kentucky, 32 degrees with a 26-degree wind chill. Here's our weather at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the mid-50s. Some isolated showers possible for the morning drive. Highs today in the upper 60s with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, a cold night on tap. Temperatures in the low 50s, partly cloudy skies into the night. Tomorrow, highs in the low 70s, partly sunny skies, and a few showers tomorrow night as a front moves across the area. Saturday morning, starting off the day in the low 50s, highs in the mid 60s, lots of sunshine and breezy winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
To the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
How do we get more people taking the COVID vaccine? Easy. Instead of a shot in the arm, introducing COVID shots. Moderna is teaming up with Absolute Vodka to bring you Absolute COVID Jello shots. Choose from lemon, strawberry, watermelon, orange, or banana.
Oh my God, I'm so wasted. And you, best innocuous, best immune ever.
Moderna's Absolute COVID Jello shots. Get yours at a bar near you.
I can't feel my lips.
Well, there you go. COVID Jello shots, Bonnie.
Why not?
Why not?
If it tastes good.
If it tastes good, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
We have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Good morning. We just had our Jello shots too.
Oh, it's the old man down the road. It's Elmer and Edna. Good morning, old man.
Well, we're at the Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola, Florida. Why are you going to Pensacola, Florida?
Because my good friend George is going to meet us there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And,
okay.
Yeah. So Edna, she's She's making up a batch of Jell-O shots for everybody.
Oh boy, jeez. Okay.
Are you going to share some in the Winnebago?
Yeah.
Well, the Winnebago, we got a big freezer in here now.
Wow.
And a cooler, and so
Okay.
we can make them out of popsicles too.
Okay, well, just make sure and have a designated driver, okay, old man?
That's Edna.
Okay, that's right. Edna does the driving. That's right. There you go. There you go. Well, since I've got you on the phone, I thought that we'd play around a slogan off. We haven't done that in a while. And I figured, what? You're the perfect victim, contestant to play that game with against Bonnie. So let me spin the wheel over here and let's see who's going to go first. Here we go.
My head's spinning already. You don't need a wheel.
I know that. Your whole brain is spinning. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see where it's going to stop. And Bonnie, what does it say?
I think we're going to let the old man go first.
All right, old man. So it's real simple. I read you a slogan, and you have to tell me what it pertains to. Okay? If you get it right, you'll get a point, and you'll gain control. If you don't get it right, then the other person can guess it and get it right, but they'll gain control anyway.
Get it. Come on.
I know. I'm stumbling on my words.
Sounds like
right?
Evan had a Jell-O shot or two.
No Jell-O shots for me. Okay, here we go, old man. Here's the first classic edition of Slogan Off. All right, would you stop laughing at me, please?
Listen to this guy.
Calm down. Okay. All right, here we go. Think different. Think different. What company does that slogan belong to? Think different.
AT&T.
AT&T? Well, AT&T is not in too much good standing with a lot of people right now.
No.
After yesterday, because half of South Florida was down. That's incorrect. Bonnie, what do you think it is?
Think different.
Think different. You still have control regardless, but let's just see if you can guess
Let's go with Comcast.
Comcast? Incorrect. The answer is Apple.
Okay.
Apple computers.
Makes sense, I guess.
Okay. All right, Bonnie, you have control. No points exchanged. So, Bonnie, it's your turn now.
Okay.
Where's your mustache? What does that pertain to?
On her upper lip.
No, not on her upper lip. Please.
There is a slogan called
Where's your mustache?
mustache?
Well, Wendy's had Where's the beef? So, where's your mustache?
Oh, man. Let's go with Pringle.
Incorrect. Old man, what do you think it is?
Wendy's.
Wendy's? Incorrect.
I think about Frosty.
It's milk.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's milk.
Wow.
Got milk.
Yes, got milk. There you go. All right, here we go, old man. You have control, and it's your turn. Can't beat the feeling. Can't beat the feeling.
Can't beat your wife.
No, not can't beat your wife.
The feeling. Okay.
Can't beat the feeling. What do you think it is?
Oh, my goodness. This Jell-O shot just got my brain.
Time's up, old man. We don't have all day. All right, Bonnie, what do you think it is?
Maybe it's like Bounce.
No, it's Coca-Cola.
Okay.
All right, okay. Bonnie, you've got control, and we have no points yet on the board for anybody.
We're not doing too well, old man.
No. All right, here we go, Bonnie. The very best thing of all, there's a counter on the ball. The very best thing of all, there's a counter on the ball.
Palindrome or what's that?
No, definitely not.
I'm thinking
Bonnie,
of the workout machine.
Bonnie, what do you? Old man, what do you think it is?
Oh my goodness!
I don't even know what. I don't even know what this is. What they have here?
What
highlighted.
The product is?
Yeah, it's called Skip It.
Don't know it.
Skip it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Skip it. Okay, we'll skip it. Go ahead.
Okay, let's go to the next one. All right. Let me see. Bonnie, you have control. All right, we're going to go to the modern edition now of Slogan Off. Here we go.
This should help.
Yes,
I hope.
Seriously, good scent. Seriously, good scent.
Tide.
Tide? You're close. Old man, what do you think it is?
Febreze.
Incorrect. It's Gain laundry detergent.
And I have some of that Gain. Actually, I have the dryer sheets at home.
Oh, no pain, no gain.
And it is a seriously good scent.
Okay, old man, it's your turn. Healthy, it's our nature. Healthy, it's our nature. What do you think it pertains to? Healthy, it's our nature.
These are hard this morning, Evan.
Yeah, I know.
It might be a cereal. I don't know.
Incorrect. Bonnie, what do you think it is?
Healthy is our nature. Maybe granola bars?
Incorrect. It's Aveeno. Aveeno.
Of course.
Aveeno.
That product that Jennifer Aniston advertises.
Right. All right, Bonnie, you have control here. Here we go. No points still on the board. Good is brewing. Good is brewing.
Maxwell House.
Maxwell House? Incorrect. Old man?
Folgers?
Incorrect. It's McAfee.
Okay.
It's McAfee.
I bought
McDonald's coffee, McAfee.
I bought that coffee before. They sell it in the K-Pods too,
No.
McAfee.
All right, old man, here we go. Over to you now. What it takes to protect. What it takes to protect. And it's something that's a hot commodity right now.
Yeah.
What it takes to protect. No.
And I'll say Kotex.
Kotex? Incorrect. Jeez. Boy, one says Trojan, one says Kotex. What is on your mind? What the hell's going on? Jeez.
We're feeling crotchy.
Okay. Okay. Well, the answer is Lysol. Lysol.
We should have known this day and age.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It is rolling on the floor over here.
Okay. Here's the last one. Nobody has any points here.
No.
All right. Somebody has to come through. All right. Here we go, Bonnie.
Seriously now, folks.
The way it should be. What do you think it is, Bonnie?
That's the way I've always
way it should
heard
be.
it should be. You want to marry me.
Oh my.
I have no idea about the product. Let's
Okay, you get a buzzer. Old
Okay.
man, this is the last chance for you to redeem yourself.
What was it again?
The way it should be.
Get Bonnie's picture out so I can think of something here.
Incorrect.
I think I know it.
All right, what do you think?
Jeep Cherokee.
Oh, you're so close. It's CarMax. Yeah, it's CarMax.
Yeah.
All right, old man. We got to go. Thanks for playing Slogan Off. I appreciate it.
I don't think either of us have any
No,
points.
you got no points. You're both losing today.
We're busted.
You're busted. All right. Hey, say goodnight, old man.
Good night, old man.
All right, that's the old man down the road. He joins us every once in a while from his Winnebago. Hey, thanks so much for joining us on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. And, as always, we like to always tell you, if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside. Right, Bonnie?
That's correct.
That is such a true statement.
Yeah.
Always remember that.
That's
you don't
good.
need to impress anybody but yourself. Always remember that. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. Don't you dare touch that dial. Have a great day, folks. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning for the Friday edition. Bye-bye for now.